Students, today we are going to learn about chapter 13 sound part 2. In that, sound and music. The vocal cords are 20 centimeter in length in male, about 15 centimeter in female, and even smaller in children. Therefore, voice of male, female, and children are different. Now we will learn about the how the frequency of Sarigamapa. That we can see here the frequency varies. Sarigama pada nisa. In this way the frequency varies. We can see the frequency of sound here also. Okay. Frequency varies in each and every letter. Next the in that sound and music is tabla. And tabla is a traditional Indian percussion instrument consisting of two hand played drums. Dhayan smaller and higher pitched drum. One is smaller and higher pitched drum, and other one is bhayan, larger brass drum played with the left hand. Next is in the sound and music flute. The flute is a woodwind musical instrument wood that produces sound when air is blown across the opening. Its functionality is based on the principle of air vibration within a hollow tube. Air vibration within a hollow tube. In that next sound and music is Shanai. The Shanai produces sound through the vibration of a double reed. It has flared bell at the end which amplifies the sound. It is capable of producing microtones and intricate ornamentations, making it ideal for expressive and emotive music. And next, the musical instrument is sitar. Sitar is played by plucking the strings while pressing frets to create a melodious harmonies. Next is musical instrument is santur. Santur is a stringed instrument whose working principle relies on the vibration of strings to produce sound. Here is a breakdown of how it works. String vibration. The santur has multiple strings stretched across flat and trapezoidal wooden body. In the Indian version, there are typically 25 to 30 sets of 3 to 4 strings each, turned to different notes. The sound is produced when the strings are struck with a pair of lightweight wooden mallets called columns. The mallets transfer kinetic energy to the strings, causing them to vibrate in specific frequencies. Next sound and music, the musical instrument is mandolin. Mandolin is a mandolin is a stringed musical instrument in the lute family, typically played with the plectrum or pick. It evolved from an earlier lute instrument and has distinct sound, often associated with classical folk and traditional music across various cultures. Next musical instrument is bugle. The bugle is a simple brass wind instrument with no valves or keys. It produces sound by the vibration of the player's lips against mouthpiece and relies on the natural harmonic series of the instrument for pitch changes. Here how it works. The structure. The bugle consists of mouthpiece, a conical tube that flares out to form a bell. It has no walls, meaning the pitch is controlled entirely by the player's technique. How the sound is produced in the bugle. The players buzzes their lips into the mouthpiece, creating vibrations. These vibrations travel through the tubing of the bugle and resonate and producing sound. Next musical instrument is saxophone. Saxophone is a woodwind instrument despite being made of brass, and it produces sound through the vibration of a reed. The saxophone is a woodwind instrument despite of being made brass, and it produces sound through a vibration of a reed. Next, the sound produced by a human. In the human, sound is produced in the larynx. While swallowing food, we can feel with our finger with the hard bump. It seems to move. This is nothing but larynx. Two vocal cords are stretched across the voice box. Two vocal cords are stretched across the voice box or larynx in such a way that it leaves a narrow slit between them for the passage of air. When the lungs force air through the slit, the vocal cords vibrate, producing sound. Music muscles are attached to the vocal cords can make the cord tight or loose. Sound generation by loudspeaker. Loudspeaker consists of a permanent magnet. A coil is wound around it, and if a current flows through this coil, it also generates magnetic field. If two magnets are brought near each other, they move depending on their positions. In the same way, here depending on the magnetic field created due to the coil moves back and forth. The frequency and amplitude of the movement of the coil depends on variation in the current flowing through the coil. As the coil moves, the conical screen of the loudspeaker which is attached to the coil also moves back and forth.